The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Saint Matthew. At that time, the disciples John came to Jesus saying, "Why do we and the Pharisees fast, but your disciples do not fast?" And Jesus answered them, "Can the wedding guests mourn as long as the bridegroom is with them? The days will come when the bridegroom is taken away from them, and then they will fast. And no one puts a piece of unshrunk cloth on an old garment, for the patch tears away from the garment, and a worse tear is made. Neither is new wine put into old wineskins. If it is, the skins burst, and the wine is spilled. The skins are destroyed. But new wine is put into fresh wineskins, and so both are preserved." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
My dear brothers and sisters in Christ Jesus, in today's Gospel, the disciples of John the Baptist had a question to place before the Lord. They said, "We and the Pharisees fast." In other words, they were telling Jesus, "Your disciples are not up to the mark. They're not spiritual like us. Perhaps somewhere your disciples are lacking in spirituality." And when this question is posed to the Lord gives the true meaning of spirituality, what it means to be spiritual within. It is not that outward practices make us spiritual, they support our spirituality. But that spirituality that is within, what we are within, is something else. At the first place, the Lord makes it very clear some blind practices the Pharisees are doing, the disciples of John the Baptist are doing, so that I too must do, my disciples must also do, is not spirituality. Spirituality is something that I'm convinced. And he says, they will not fast. They would have been wanting an answer wherein Jesus would say, "I will tell my disciples to fast." He says, they will not fast. And when they will fast, and what is the true meaning of spirituality? The true meaning of spirituality is staying close to the Son of Man. Staying close to the bridegroom. He says, as long as the bridegroom is with them, they will not fast. And as long as we are with the Lord, our life is a celebration. Our life cannot be a mourning one. He says, as long as I am with them, they will not fast. Can the wedding guests mourn when the bridegroom is with them? And wedding is not a time to mourn. It is a time to be happy, time to celebrate, time to be joyful. And that is what should happen to us as long as Christ is with us. When Christ is with us, life turns out to be a celebration. And he says, only when they're away from me, when the bridegroom is taken away from them, then they will fast. There was a time wherein all the disciples were mourning after the crucifixion of the Lord. Some left and went away. Some were without direction. We read disciples going to Amos. They were depressed, sad. They thought it is over because the bridegroom is taken away from them. And that was the time for them to mourn. And again, when when they were convinced, when they met the resurrected Christ, the joy begins. And they were joyful afterwards in spite of all their persecution. We don't read the disciples were mourning when they preached the gospel. They were happily preaching in spite of all the persecutions that they had, because Christ was with them. When Christ was with them, they were not worried about any persecution. And today, the Lord is giving us the true meaning of spirituality. Spirituality is having the bridegroom close to our heart. Is the bridegroom with me? If the bridegroom is truly with me and I am convinced of his presence at my side, then life becomes a celebration in spite of our sufferings. In spite of our shortcomings, life will still be a celebration. It will be still a celebration. I will celebrate life amidst my tears, my fears, my worries. Life will still be a celebration. If the bridegroom is taken away from us, definitely these are days of mourning for us. And the days of celebration will begin only when we come close to the Lord again. And today, let us say, spirituality is not following certain practices blindly. They are doing, and here some are doing, therefore I too will do. And the Lord said, my disciples will not fast. If you are fasting, fine. If the disciples of John the Baptist are fasting, if the Pharisees are fasting, it is fine. But then my disciples will fast only when I am not with them. They will mourn only when I am not with them. Let us ask the bridegroom to stay close to our heart.